Welcome to the description of our certification, master's, and doctorate degrees in our concentration of anti-money laundering, financial crime, and compliance here at Thomas Jefferson School of Law. My name is Assistant Dean William Burns, and you can contact me about our programs at wbyrnes@tjsl.edu. Before we look at our 7 courses that are specific to AML, financial crime, and compliance, this is our live lecture management system using megameeting.com. For more information about Megameeting, please use YouTube and search my name, Professor Burns or Prof Burns, and you will find several lectures we have on Megameeting, its functionality, and so forth. I'm going to move over now to the course descriptions, and you'll see that we have 7 courses on the menu for anti-money laundering, financial crime, and compliance concentration. The first 3 under money laundering address international AML, secondly, international compliance, and thirdly, you'll see U.S. specific AML and compliance issues. Each course in our graduate program handbook has a full description of what that course covers. And if you email us, we'll email you the complete course handbook, which gives you the procedures, application, the costs, and so forth. In our financial crime component of this concentration, you'll see 2 courses: financial crimes and security, cybercrime, and tech torts. And finally, under our compliance portion, beyond the U.S. AML compliance and the international compliance under AML, you'll have privacy law as well as international offshore financial services that deals with some of the regulatory laws, jurisprudence, practices in the various international financial centers, including the offshore financial centers. As an example of some of our lecture in the program, let me present you Dr. Robert Monroe, who's the author of 23 published books in this field, including the 5-volume set, Money Laundering, Asset Forfeiture, and International Financial Crimes, as well as the 3-volume set of Cybercrime and Security. As a tenured law librarian at the University of Florida College of Law, he's also co-director of the Center for International Financial Crime Studies, and he's the Senior Research Fellow and Director of Research for North America of the CID OEC at Jesus College, Cambridge University. Phil Gay is the AML trainer for over 30 of the 50 state banking associations. Al Hazen has a 33-year career in international and domestic law enforcement in departments such as the Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General, Immigration, ICE, U.S. Agency for International Development, as well as the New York State Special Prosecutor's Office. Susan Wind, one of our lecturers at the Financial Crimes course, also has a distinguished career in law enforcement. In particular, she's responsible for designing and administering databases for intelligence gathering. Moving along, let's look at our example of the course management system. We use TWIN, T-W-E-N, in law. Each student or certificate will receive a password accessing their course. This is an example of financial crimes and security. Now, the master's degree courses are 16 weeks, whereas the certificate courses are generally 4 weeks. Whether it's a certificate or master's level course, the courses have lectures, they have course materials, they have streamed lectures, they have access of a course management system. Some of the significant differences, obviously in the 16-week course, you have a much deeper drilling down of the issues. You have a much more extensive examination and interaction with your faculty, as well as, of course, access to a full array of our law library and research sources, which we'll look at now. Under our law library, by example, we have full access to the Thompson Anti Money Laundering guides, as you'll see on your screen. Complements anti-money laundering information and guides, by example, the country guides, practice notes, jurisdictional or based on industry, as well as news and analysis, research, and practice notes. We also have access to, as you'll see from our law library page, over 60 databases addressing international tax, international financial services, international money laundering compliance issues, as we scroll down the list of databases available to our students. Now, as I mentioned, we also have streaming lectures. So by example, under the LLM program streaming lectures for the financial crimes course, we have principles preparing a CTR, new account representatives, understanding SARs, terrorist financing, hacking information for identity theft, and so forth. In some of our tax databases, we have information that apply to the compliance perspective. By example, if we're looking at the company law and regulation rules for perhaps Cayman Islands or British Virgin Islands, we would perhaps go to the International Tax Library here under Checkpoint and use our RIA Worldwide Tax and Commercial Law database to scroll to the Caribbean region and eventually into the British Virgin Islands, where we'd have access to its commercial laws that are updated annually and monthly directly into the law, making it a very convenient place to see redlined law with new enactments and revisions. Example of Cayman Islands is on your screen now. We have a very active career services that takes place during the courses and after for people who participated in either the certificates or the actual courses and degrees. And we use Facebook for that purposes, where we publish jobs sent to us by recruiters based on international, US-based jobs, academic jobs, and so forth, compliance jobs, by example. Now, to finish this introduction to some of the issues we deal with in our degree and our certificates, you'll see on your screen now a typical topic syllabus of the big ticket issues addressed in the anti-money laundering course. Obviously, BSA and Patriot Act for the U.S. course, the FFIC and the 5 regulatory families, legal obligations to report, SARs, CTRs, client confidentiality versus handling the risk of tipping off, know your client, and your CDD and CIP, customer identification program, terrorist financing, politically exposed person risk, CMP, and addressing your non-compliance penalties such as your cease and desist C&D orders. So, if you're interested in the Anti-Money Laundering Financial Crimes and Compliance Certification, Master's, or pursuing your doctorate degree here at Thomas Jefferson School of Law, we welcome your email, and we'll establish a time to have a phone interview here using MegaMeeting or just audibly over the phone, and we'll send you a program brochure. Thank you very kindly.